Hey everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be doing another spring look, and we're going to be doing the Garden of Juvia'S. This palette, I remember getting this palette when it launched. I think it launched last year, or was it the year before? I have it, and I have the Candy Shop palette. And this one definitely reminded me more of the pastel palette by Natasha Denona. And this one reminded me more of, I don't want to say the Circle Loco, but in a way, the same, like one's lighter, one's a darker, color selection. And both I feel like are good for spring, for sure. And actually, both are probably really nice to put together, even. They're working. So if you hear stuff, just know they're working. We, it's always something. You know what I mean? It's always something. If you know, you know. Whether it be the bathtub overflows on the second floor and goes down to the bottom, whether it be the toilet, the water, the supply line that fills the back of it explodes and goes down to the second floor. Always, I promise you, always something. But let's get started. So the first shade we're going to go into, but it's got to get better. Let me just say that. It's got to get better, right? Okay, now the first shade we're going to go to is Peony. But, I was thinking with spring and everything and doing all these pretty looks and the thought of spring and the warmth coming and the sun and, I just want it. It's like a new beginning almost. But I'm curious. I was sitting here thinking the other day, y'all, I am 44. Am I 44? Yeah, I'm 44. I don't know, y'all. Time seems to go fast some days, slow others. Some days I know my age, some days I'm like, I don't know how old I am. But anyway, I was sitting here and the saying, what is it? See, I forget stuff all the time. Anyway, the saying, something about take a look in the mirror at your own reflection, you know? Oh, they're working. Lovely. Well, I hope you all ain't hearing this. I really do. But if you can hear it, I'm sorry. But anyway, taking a look at your own reflection is where I was at. And it got me thinking, what if you looked at your own reflection and you don't know who you are? And I don't mean that in the sense of like, you don't know like your values or your core, your morals, but like who, I guess in this world maybe? I don't know. Like I'm so lost on trying to figure stuff out just to find that I can't figure nothing out. It's crazy. Like if you really think about it, who are you? Like I can list, well, I'm a woman, I'm 44. I have likes, I have loves, I have hates. I have things I don't like, I have things I tolerate, things I don't. But at the end of the day, I'm like, who am I though? I don't know. It's just so weird to think about. And then it's like, who am I in the sense of what? In the sense of life? Okay, I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, a sister, an aunt, a grandmother. We're going in with Sweet Lilac now. This is actually the darkest shade in the palette as far as a matte goes. So your look's not going to get very dark, just so you know, if you like that sort of stuff. For me, for spring, I don't necessarily need the depth. I like it, but I don't need it. So when it comes to spring looks, that is. But yeah, I mean, I don't mean for this to be heavy or anything, but. And then because I was sitting here thinking, I was like, who am I? And I had said it to my fiance. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, like, oh, my nose is going to start running. Allergies. The only part of spring I don't like is allergies. Anyway, um, like, once my kids went to school, I mean, I'm still a mom, you know, but like, I don't feel like I need to be a stay at home. Like, so I'm ready to go to work, but yet I haven't, until now, really went out to look for a job. And like, it's not you know, I'm not looking for like a career, I guess, in a way, maybe. I don't know. Like, that's what I mean. I don't know. Like, I just want something to do, to be honest. But at the same time, your job doesn't make you who you are. We're going to go into Lucky Clover, and I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. I'm kind of matching my shirt, if you haven't noticed. I mean, I'm sure you have, because that's what I always do. So then I was like, well, I could, like, other people could tell me who I am, or what they think I am, or who they think I am. I'm sorry, who they think I am. You know, like people that know me, but then and strangers can tell you who they think you are, and it's completely off base. But like, I'm really struggling on like, who am I? I guess I know who I am, like a, in the family type dynamic, but who am I in the world, maybe, or in society, is what I'm trying to. I don't know, or maybe it's just in my own head. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. And like, I get it. Like, the past doesn't. Your past is your past. Your future is your future. So you're living in the present. So that's what you live for. But if you don't know who you are in the present, how are you living? And what makes you who you are? See what I'm trying to get at? Like, I know. I'm lost. Craziness. I know. I'm well aware. I do this all day. And everybody just sits there and looks at me like, what are you talking about? You're all over the place. But I don't know how to like condense it into what I'm trying to say. Because like it all goes through your head. You know what I mean? Anywho, let's go into sunshine. We're going to put that all over the lid. But I'm curious, like, what do you all think? Like, if you looked in the mirror, who are you? And maybe you know who you are, which is great and amazing. Okay, so now you know who you are, like, as a person, you know. But what would other people, and not that it matters what they think, but would other people agree that who you are, who you think you are, is who you are? Is my thing. And I say this in the sense of not because, okay, so depending on, like, when, say you did know me, some people could say that I'm stuck up. But I'm not, I'm just shy. You know what I mean? Or some people could say that I've never experienced a hard life. They're not wrong, but they're not right either. You know what I mean? Because no, I've never lived on the streets. Have I fallen into the wrong way of life? Yeah, I have. We're going to go into daffodil? Daffodil now. I love this color. This color reminds me so much of the Natasha Denona um shade. I cannot think of the shade name now. that yellow of hers though. I know it too. That's going to irritate me because like I truly know this shade because it's like one of my favorite. I gotta find it, y'all. It is my favorite. Like, is it my favorite? I don't know. It was in her Tropica palette, and then she brought it and put it in another palette. I think it was. Let me see if it's in the pastel. I think it might be in the pastel. Yeah, limoncello. It reminds me of that. Except I think this might have a little more oomph to it, to be fair. A little more oomph. But the limoncello is, beautiful nonetheless. But it's just the most prettiest yellow without being like too yellow gold. You know what I mean? It's like a very pale yellow. And it's just the most gorgeous color I've ever seen. As far as like something being different, for your inner corner. Obviously, champagne is usually worm headed or a white gold. Something like that. But yeah. So anyway, my newest thing was spring coming. And I feel like, when you think of spring, things are blooming. Like a new beginning almost. Oh, I got sleepy. Alright. New beginning and stuff. I want a new beginning. Not a new beginning. I just want to know who I am. And I know that makes absolutely no sense. It's like, how do you not know who you are? Seriously, you don't. Because you gotta think about it, like, first you're a friend or a daughter. And you may be a sibling too at the same time. But I was a daughter first, then I became a daughter, and then I became a sister. I was a grandchild too, I guess, in a way. And a great grandchild. Anyway, I was the firstborn in my side, on my family, like my mom and dad. I was firstborn, so you know what I mean. And then you become like, then you get friends, so you become a friend, and I'd say 50-50. I mean, sometimes I was a good friend, sometimes I wasn't. Especially younger, I would say I was definitely more leaning on the selfish for me type of life, not so much anymore. Like, if you're my friend now, like, which I don't have many, so if you are, like, ride or die, type of thing. Like, if you call, I don't care. Like, I have one friend that I don't really see often at all, but if she called and said she needed something, I'd be there, But, like, there's that. You get older, you may become a wife, a girlfriend, whatever, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. And then you move into, like, you're a mother, and then, your kids move out. 2 of mine are gone, 2 are still at home. But, like, and even then, like, if I look at that part of my life with my first 2 children, I would have been done by the age of 40. I'm 44 now, still raising children, but I would have been done. Wanted to try to go to Egypt. I don't know. I'm fascinated with Egypt, but now not so much. It's so weird how life takes you in different directions of your choosing, mind you. Let me make that very clear. Everything was of a choosing, but at the same time, you do get lost, but then you find yourself. But then you're not the same person you once were. And you're not, like, who are you? I hope I'm making sense. I'm probably not. I'm probably rambling. I do apologize. Anyway, I'm going to use the Gucci for the top lashes. I use the Tarte Fake Awake for my waterline. But yeah. And at the end of the day, I've decided that who am I? I'm just a human. A human being. And I guess that's what we all are. I guess everything doesn't have to have a title, even though in today's world everything has to have a title. And that's the other thing I think that was like kind of laying on the back of my mind. I'm trying to like reflect and stuff, like who am I type of thing. It's like, do we need a title? Can't we just be human beings? All of us? I mean, no, we're not going to always agree, but can we live respectfully? I don't know. I'm going to use the Kelly Ray on the bottom lash line. Oh, now it's going to thunder. Boy, you all, I'm winning on this. I hope that you... Well, do you really need audio, though? I'm like, I hope you all could hear me this whole time, but to be fair, it's a lot of nonsense, so maybe it's better that you hear a saw or thunder going, or a big truck. Anyway, so this is the final look. Is this palette still available? I really do like this palette, y'all. I am so glad. Thank you, April. You're my fave for suggesting this, because if this palette is still available, you all, it's not that expensive. It's not. Highly suggested. I love the Natasha Denona pastel. Don't get me wrong. She's got my favorite shadows. But at the same time, this look is so pretty. So pretty. As far as the rest of the face, I am wearing the Believe Beauty foundation. Today it's in cashmere. I think I may have worn it in cashmere the other day too. I'm not really for sure though. But I put on my skincare. And I just used this. I didn't put any other primer down today. I think the other day I may have used the Hydrogen by Natasha Denona primer. But it's up to you on how you want to do it. I think what makes this work, in theory, like it looks fine when I apply it. I apply it with my brush. Today I used the 101 by BK Beauty, but I set it. And I think that that's what's making the difference on my foundation, is I'm setting it with a powdered foundation in the outer portions, like basically, you know what I mean, like not the T-zone, like here and down. I set with today I set with my Pat McGrath under eye, that little thing, you know, whatever it is called. What is it? Pat McGrath Labs Light Skin Fetish Sublime Blurring Under Eye. This, but I think because I've been using, and it may be the Bare Minerals Pro foundation, it's just that good. I don't know, or it could be any powdered foundation. I do not know yet. I gotta check this out. But the one I'm wearing is Light 22 Cool. I've been setting with it, and I have noticed that A, I do get more coverage, which is nice, but B, it's just making the foundation and everything look seamless all the way down, and I'm really enjoying that. And it's giving everything else a little bit more staying power, like the blush and the bronzer and the highlighter. Even though I don't really have an issue with staying power, I have noticed that, like, by the end of the night when I go to wash my face, so we'll say roughly anywhere between 8 to no more than 10 hours later, it is looking more vibrant than usual. Like, I always can see everything when I go to take off my makeup. There's no issue there. But there is a little bit more vibrancy by using a powdered foundation to set with. I will say that. I don't know why, but there is. So, let's see. For lips, I am wearing the MAC lip liner in Whirl with the Cake Pop in the middle. the Sugar Rush Sugar Coat. For bronzer blush highlighter, I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics. I'm determined to pan this, you all. Determined. Well, at least the bronzer for sure, because I can see it dipping it right now. I probably won't pan the rest of them, but that's okay. The other thing, I was looking at this. Yeah, oh, it does come out. Okay, good. So I can always put that, once this goes, I can just put it in a palette at the end. Okay, I was thinking, man, I'm going to have this and I'm going to, but that's good to know. I can take them out and create a palette with them because those highlighters still work for me. So, and I like them a lot. So that's this and this. Okay, so that's everything then. Oh, I used for my lid primer the Painterly by MAC concealer. Oh, concealer is new. I mean, it's not new, but it you know, I'm using the Sephora Best Skin Ever. It's okay for the price point. It's not bad. Well, I will just go with that. We'll just say that it's not the worst, but I'm not gonna like recommend it either because I found that with foundations and stuff like that, y'all, that could be all over the place. Like what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you really may not work for me. But I do feel like certain things, like powdered products, you know, depending, like that they should work. It just may not be like if you're oily skinned, it may break it down faster type of thing. You know what I mean? But they should still, like, if it's gonna blend, it's gonna blend type of thing. You know, if it's gonna have pigment, it's gonna have pigment type of thing. But obviously each skin tone will matter, and then depending on your skin preference, it's gonna matter. But yeah, so far so good with everything right now. And honestly, I just don't think you can beat the price of that foundation. $5.50. If you can find a shade that works. Like I said, I have 5 of them in 5 different shades. I can make them work, but I think cashmere is the closest to my skin tone, just for in case you're anywhere near me. Alright, so that is all I have for you today. For the eye brushes, I was using the BK brushes again for the most part. I'm placing an order. I'm going to buy a couple more brushes. I noticed a couple of eye brushes in not a unique style, but ones I might like. So I am going to do that. As far as the Garden of Juvia'S, 100. I smacked myself in the face. Yes, I did. I should be smacking myself in the. Now I got lipstick all over it with this because this is an excellent palette. Excellent palette. Love this. And I actually can't wait to use the Candyland Candy Shop Candyland. There is a Candyland palette, ColourPop, so see, I'm not wrong there. But anyway, I can't wait to use the Candy Shop palette tomorrow, so. But I really like this eye look. I hope you all can see. And like I said, it's not very deep and dark, so this is a very good palette because you can, I don't know if you can see or not, but you can kind of see the pink and then the purple, you know, but they mesh well together. They blended beautifully into each other. And if you're just getting into color, this is the type of palette I would say go for because it is so lightly pigmented. Well, it's not lightly pigmented. It is pigmented, but in a lighter tone of that color, I guess is a good way to put it. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that when you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.